Linux distros are like personality tests, but instead of telling you your Myers-Briggs type, they scream, "I'm better than you and I compile from source." Now, before some neckbeard comments, actually it's GNU plus Linux. Let me stop you right there. It's GNU plus Ligma balls, my guy. Sit down. If you're anything like me, a washed-up 90s kid who used LimeWire to destroy your family's PC, you probably had an old Dell lying around with a cracked hinge, 0 RAM, and a dream. So you Googled, how to revive dead laptop, and the internet said, install Ubuntu. Boom. You're now a Linux user. Not a good one, just one. You didn't know what canonical was. You thought package manager meant a TCS guy. You saw folders you weren't supposed to touch, and you touched them anyway. All you wanted was to stop Chrome from crashing when you opened Google Docs. Or maybe you just wanted to sound smart in a Discord server. I get it. I'm not judging. Ubuntu is the baby's first katana of Linux. Looks cool, feels powerful, cuts nothing. Pop. OS. Ah yes, the Reddit-certified version of Ubuntu. It's like Ubuntu, but with RGB lighting and a caffeine addiction. You tell people you picked it for its robust package availability, but really, you didn't want R/ThinkPads to roast your Neofetch. Your terminal still scares you, but that doesn't stop you from quoting Stallman like he's Jordan Peterson. You're writing blog posts about open source. From a laptop running proprietary firmware you swear you're gonna flash eventually. Linux Mint is for those who want zero drama. You don't want Arch, you don't want Nix, you want to check email, browse Amazon, and maybe, just maybe, install Steam. You're the kind of person whose default browser is whatever was already open. Your ringtone is still the Nokia theme. And if I had to guess, you're grilling something in white New Balances while yelling about kids these days. Arch Linux. Ah. The distro that's not just an OS, it's an identity. If you run Arch, you've either 1. Compiled your own window manager out of sheer spite, 2. Installed it once in 2018 and never shut up since, or 3. You're a grown adult wearing cat ears at a convention. You're smart, no doubt. You could probably run Arch on a toaster, but you won't, because a toaster wouldn't crash this often. And I already know, the next distro is better. It always is. Until it isn't. NixOS users scare me. You don't run an OS, you are the OS. You drink Soylent to save time, sleep polyphasically to maximize REM cycles, and spend 4 hours configuring your monitor layout, all so you can write code that breaks in 2 weeks. Nix users don't live life, they declare it. Your desk setup has more structure than your personal relationships. You optimize your day down to the nanosecond, but use that extra time to write Nix packages no one uses. If Arch is a lifestyle, Nix is a cult. Kali Linux. 2 kinds of people run Kali. 1. Professional penetration testers. 2. Teenagers who watched Mr. Robot once and now think they're in Watch Dogs. If you've ever typed Nmap while wearing a Guy Fawkes mask, buddy, it's time to touch some grass. You don't need a custom kernel to change your grades. No. Using Kali doesn't make you a hacker. It makes your USB ports stop working for no reason. Look, if you're using Kali for actual work, respect. But if you're just pinging 127.0.0.1 and calling it a cyber attack, please close Wireshark and go outside. You might even, I don't know, experience human interaction before 30. That's real penetration testing. Fedora, the distro that thinks it's above the memes, but ends up in one anyway. You heard it's modern, secure, GNOME-friendly, so you installed it, then spent the next 3 hours writing an essay on how much better DNF is than APT. Let's be real. If you use Fedora, you probably also have a Steam Deck, a fidget cube, and 4 different desktop layouts, none of which your mom understands. Your idea of a good time? Muting Asmongold while arguing with strangers on r/Linux about systemed. And yes, we get it. Fedora is the thinking man's distro. But let's not pretend you didn't install it just to feel something again. Gentoo. Now we're deep in the rabbit hole. Gentoo users don't run Linux, they build Linux from scratch, for fun. If Arch is a flex, Gentoo is a personality disorder. Your computer spends more time compiling than it does actually running software. You haven't used your laptop in weeks. You've just been staring at terminal logs with pride. And I already know your favorite YouTuber is either Luke Smith or some guy with a shaved head and a 20-minute rant about Python. You dual boot LibreBoot and libertarianism. You're not just privacy-focused. You pay in cash, avoid Bluetooth, and your microwave runs OpenBSD. Your dot files are sacred. They're backed up on encrypted tape, hidden under your libertarian bunker. Don't touch them. Don't even look. Debian, the granddaddy of stability. Using Debian is like driving a 1992 Toyota Corolla. Not sexy, not flashy, but it starts every time, even in a snowstorm. You're the distro version of I don't trust the cloud. You don't just lock your doors. You use a wooden bar. Your PC doesn't sleep, and neither do you, because you're still trying to configure your printer in CUPS. But hey, you don't crash, you don't change, you just keep going. Your motto? If it ain't broke, don't upgrade for 7 years. Maybe it's time to actually know something. Thank you to Brilliant, and thank you for watching. I've been CodeBlastX. Now go sudo apt get a life.